Patrick, so nice to have you with us. We're talking, so much in this AGM about acquisitions, the recently announced CCFG acquisition, pending approval, of course. Talk to us a little bit about the capital adequacy. Everybody questions, can JMMB in fact afford this at this time? And, give us some real life, everyday values that show that JMMB can actually afford these and other acquisitions.
All right, if you look at JMMB's results over the last 8 or 9 quarters, JMMB has produced consistent quarter-over-quarter growth. Of the last 10 quarters, 9 of the 10 has been quarter-over-quarter growth. We have shown strong growth in core revenues and growth in profitability. Our last quarter, which was June, we posted returns of over $950 million. I mean, unprecedented in JMMB's history. If you look at the strength of JMMB's balance sheet, we have over $11 billion in capital, $122 billion in total assets, and in terms of liquidity, JMMB has over $10 billion in liquidity currently sitting on its balance sheet. This transaction, in terms of the pending acquisition, the cash component of that acquisition is $2.5 million. So it clearly demonstrates JMMB can easily do this acquisition. In terms of capital adequacy, the last we reported at June, where the FSC requires a capital adequacy of 14%, JMMB was over capital to total assets over 30%. So we are in all regulators and capital ratios, we have exceeded them by far. And therefore we are quite fine, quite strong, and continue to show growth.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Keith, thanks so much for being with us today. You spoke so much in the AGM about the overall strategy for JMMB. If you could just give us a couple of highlight points of what you talked about today.
Well, the JMB group of companies is moving forward in terms of, at a regional level, in terms of growing our securities business, our banking business, our insurance brokerage business. And we're doing it in an integrated fashion in terms of customizing solutions for our clients across the board. Our clients in DR, Jamaica, and Trinidad. In Jamaica, we're specifically looking into our acquisition of the Capital and Credit Group, which is to be approved by the central bank, and this will give us a more comprehensive value proposition for our clients, which will a suite of products include banking, insurance, and fixed income, and security products. So therefore, we will deliver these products in true JMB fashion, which our clients have grown to love over the years and love our signature level of service offered through JMMB.
There's so much talk right now about what's happening in the world right now, the world economy, even the local economy, and how the world economy is affecting us. How does that affect, a financial institution right now?
Yeah. Well, in terms of the world economy and the world environment is pretty much a little. Everybody's quite tentative. Growth levels are not what they used to be a couple of years ago. However, what financial institutions need to do is ensure that they have adequate capital, adequate liquidity, and can ride through any rough patches that may come down the road. And JMV is totally prepared for that. Our balance sheet has a ton load of cash on it, and our focus remains growth. And therefore, if we have to grow through acquisitions, through organic growth, through growing our client base, we continue to do so, because even if times are rough, we're going to shine and we're going to grow and increase shareholder value and increase profitability, increase our return on equity, and that's the plan, continue to grow.
We see so many of the international conglomerates coming into Jamaica right now, some doing quite well, but JMMB continues to be a successful indigenous Jamaican company. Speak to me about that, and speak to me about from where that comes. What was the vision to get to where we are now?
Well, what differentiates JMMB, and this comes from our foundation, which is Joan Duncan. Joan Duncan brought us the values that she brought to this company, the respect for human beings, the respect for one another, the love and respect that we bring to team members, to clients. That is what differentiates JMMB from everybody else. So when a client walks through the door, they feel the love, they feel a part of a JMMB family. When our team members come to work, they feel motivated to come to work. And that's what does it for JMMB. That is what differentiates JMMB. The love and the respect, that is a part of who we are and what we do. That is a big thing. We could, you could have all the products and all the services. If you don't have that love and respect, we're just another financial institution. But that is what differentiates us: love and respect.
Thanks so much, Keith.
Hey.
Donna, we had a great AGM today. So many great stakeholders and shareholders asking really great questions. One of the things that came up, is just about the signature client care that JMMB gives. Talk to us a little bit about the term that JMMB uses, client intimacy.
Right. Yeah, man. Client intimacy. That's our, from beginning, Mom used to say, Joan used to say, if we don't look after the client, we can't eat food. You follow what I'm saying? So the idea is that we're in business because of our clients. So from the beginning, we thought about that, and also it's consistent with our vision of love, which is that our clients, we want to act in the interest of our clients, in the interest of our team members, and in the best interest of the company. A win-win kind of thing. So when you come from that, we want to the relationship with our client is important to us, the quality of the relationship with the client, and therefore the quality of relationships inside the JMMB are important to us because it spills over. If you feel loved and valued inside the organization, then it's automatic you're going to love and value the clients. And that's what we want for the whole of Jamaica, as a matter of fact, as you know. Right? We love and value each other. So that is, I think, the reason why we have the kind of quality of client care that we provide. Not just about the service, but also about how we develop our products with the client needs in mind and thinking through what's the best way that we can serve those needs, that kind of thing. So, like another partnership, and we value the client. So, it comes from who we are and our values.
One of the great things about JMMB, you see so many, university students, I myself, vying to get a job at JMMB. Why is that? What is so important about the training, and why is it important for JMMB to train in the way it does and recruit in the way it does?
Oh, yes. No, the recruiting is critical, but I think the vying is the culture, people hear about the culture, and oftentimes during orientation they come and they really want, could it really be real? And then you have team members now say this thing is real. They cannot believe, so after they're on the job, they say they can't believe this thing is real. I remember it's a culture that is not, we don't have to be perfect, we screw up a lot of times, but it's about really taking responsibility and holding each other to account and standing for each other's greatness, But I think that is a very attractive quality that students want to come and see. Really, they want to see what if this can really be true, And in terms of the selection, that's absolutely critical because we want to have like-minded people in our organization, people who genuinely care about people. Really, at our heart, most of us do, but sometimes you're not at that stage where you actually recognize it and you think it's about you. But we are looking for team members who know it's about the other. It's about both, not just about you, but about the other and it's about you. It's about win-win. So those are team members we look for in our selection process, at all, from top to bottom. We're looking for that. In terms of the training, we do all kinds of, we do not only procedural training and policy training and that kind of technical stuff, we also do training in who you are. Being true to your values. We have those kind of conversations, we call it the JMMB way, and everybody sit down and we just talk about really and truly what are our values, to what extent are we living true to those values, to what extent are those values consistent with the values of the company, and how can we hold each other accountable to really live those values and walk our talk, because we can't do it by ourselves, we have to get supported. You need to hold me to account, right?
Donna, the final question I want to ask you, used the term a while ago, standing for greatness. JMMB is a national company. People gravitate towards it. People see what you gravitate to. We see, so much involvement in youth recently. Why is that? And, how does that term standing for greatness impact the general society, and how does JMMB hope to impact the general society?
Oh, with that, definitely. So the vision of love was created by the entire team at the time. We had everybody on staff, on the team, wrote down what kind of company we wanted to create, and it turns out to be a vision of love. Wherein the fundamental thing is that we believe in each person, that we're all spiritual human beings, spiritual beings having a human experience. So we're all, in that respect, we're all the same. We're all to be equally valued. And if we understand who we are, then we can stand for each other's greatness, no matter how the person is showing up. So that's what we want for Jamaica, whereby we can remind people who they really are. Spiritual beings having a human experience. So even though the behavior may not be consistent with positive values, you can really, if they remember who they are, then there's going to be a chance of them get the behaviors lining up then, because we are all common, same human being, all the way the same spiritual beings having a human experience. Therefore, we can all have the same potential to be great, and therefore we stand for each other's greatness.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being with us today.